Finance is the lifeblood of any business, and it is not only about the business but also the personal life of any person. From the time he takes birth on this planet Earth, there has to be the role of finance. There is a role of finance. Either he is managing his finance or someone else is managing his finance. When the person is younger, he is not able to manage his finance on the behalf of him. His finance is being managed by his parent. And when he's grown up, he is able to making his managing his finance. When he was younger, the outside finance was managed by the father, and kitchen finance was managed by the mother. And when he's grown up, now outside finance he is managed by him, and internal management and the finance are managed by our wife, by his wife. So let me tell you that role of finance begins from the journey you take birth on this planet Earth. If you have to survive, you need to take care. You need to learn to take care of the finances, because it leads a very important life and significant. Usually, what people think that when we talk about finances, it's only about the business. No, it is not only about the business. It is always about the person, right? Whatsoever he is doing, either he is in employed somewhere, or he is just a self-employed person, or he is neither in these two. He comes from the investor category. Therefrom, he makes money, and he has to manage all the same. So let me tell you, there is a in three of the areas there is a role of finances which are to be taken care by the person who are engaged therein. So when it comes to personal finances, the finances to be for the monthly budget, and the monthly budget includes the child education, and the recreational activities, and the essentials part of the day-to-day life, and the upgrading yourself, and the kind of savings you have to make of that all together. So these and the retirement savings and pension fund is there. So there can be multiple type of things which you have to manage, and this is the kind of personal finance you have to manage. And if it comes to about businesses, so the role is bit bigger, because businesses are not about the family. Businesses are about the families, because it is not only about you are doing this. There are so many persons employed with you, and you have to manage them also and their finance also. Your finance is associated with them, and their finance is associated with you. You have to be very concerned about the revenues you are deriving from the businesses. So how you manage those revenues, it's up to you. And the very good kind of decisions to be taken in managing the business kind of finances are, like you have to take a decision of requiring the funds from where you will require, and the purpose you will be requiring the fund. And the purpose may include the short term purposes and the long term purposes. If we talk about short term purposes, it's a working capital financing. When we talk about long term purpose, it is about the capital busting decisions. Capital include the all short type expenses which are required in the day to day activities of any businessman. And if we talk about the fixed capital requirement, that is about the long term decision to be taken care of. And the long term decisions are always concerned with the fixed assets of the business, and the long term projects, and investment in these assets is to be remain in blocked for the long period of time. And these kind of investment decisions require most crucial kind of decision making, because the decisions once taken are irreversible. You cannot take your step back. So it is very good kind of concern, and the management is required at the same time. And if we talk about the investor's finances, he has to be very good in taking the investment decisions and be concerned about the making return therefrom. He has to be very careful while he is disinvesting his funds, and on the other hand he is making the more investment. It is all about making the return on investment upon which his livelihood depends. So these are the three things which one has to follow. And if I say more about the finances, and so finance is the lifeblood of business. Like blood flows in the body, like finance flows in the business. And every penny matters, let me tell you. Every penny matters. It's not about managing the big things. If you are just ignoring the small things, that can take you the big loss in the time to come. And if there is a ship just which is just going in the sea, and there's a drops coming into the sea, that can make it drawn into the seawater. So every droplets of water means for the ship. Likewise, finances to be taken care in such a way so that every penny you could be able to take care of. So it requires not only about the bookish kind of experiences and the learning. It is also about the self learnings. You can never depend yourself over others for taking your financial decisions. And for this I can say there are certain mistakes people make while they execution their financial decisions. The number one point comes into that is they are concerned about their investment, but though they don't take investment decision at their own. The investment decision they take are influenced most often by others, and which make them emotional, and you are compelled to take investment decisions. So must say that investment decision must not be influenced by emotions. This must be taken care by your mental ability. This must be taken care of by your competency of understanding the thing. If you are not able to understand the thing, you must hire the financial consultant. And if I say investment decision, um, this is the one mistake which usually people make. And additionally, if second is mistake I have to talk about, people are very ignorant about the present value. They don't know what present value is. If I give you an example that you have to buy a car for 1 lakh 80,000, and if you buy it for cash, two options are there I'm giving to you. If you buy it for cash, you will be given a 20,000 rupees rebate or discount if you pay the 160,000 in cash. And if I ask you that you have to pay the uh, in second option, you may pay in 36 installment 0% interest of 5,000 each, but you will not be able to avail the 20,000 cash discount. You will have to pay 1 lakh 80,000 in total. So which option will you prefer? So you may prefer to take the first option, wherein you have to pay 1 lakh 60,000. And in this case, you are just comparing the 1 lakh 60,000 to the 1 lakh 80,000. But it is not a wise decision. It's a wrong decision itself. Because you are comparing 1 lakh 80,000, which is to be paid in future, which is not 180,000, right? But the 1 lakh 60,000 you are paying at the very same time, it is 1 lakh 60,000 only. So one has to be very careful in taking such kind of decision. Always compare the inflows and outflows in present values. 1 lakh 80,000 you are paying is not 1 lakh 80,000. It will also carry the interest to be received, and the future payments are not that amount which is at this point of time. 1 lakh 60,000 is 1 lakh 60,000 at this point of time, but the 5,000 you will pay 1 year after is not 5,000 after 1 year. So it's very important. And the third decision which people often mistake, that they decide to calculate their return on investment, like 1 lakh rupees is there and 20% you are return earning, so it is 20% is your profit. You are thinking good that 20% is your return on income, but it's not good. Why it is not good? Because it is never about return on investment in such way, because there is a factor of inflation also. Not only in present value matters in the finances, but also the inflation matters in the finances. Interest rates are decreasing, but the inflation is increasing over the period of time. If you come to compare from the indexes available on the Google, you will come to realize that our interest rates are decreasing over the period of time. You are getting lesser return on your fixed deposits, and it is zero, equal to zero on the saving investment if you get 4%, because the inflation rate is itself 8%, and the banks are giving you nothing. So let me tell you what is happening. Inflation is rising in the life like a giant. If you don't learn to handle it, it will eat up your all savings. So it is the business where you don't have to learn to what inflation is, but you have to learn the techniques also, how to control it, how you can move ahead over the inflation. So these are the common three mistakes which usually people make, which is, they may come up to overcome in case they learn. The investment is to be done to learn it, not in the cash investment, fixed deposit investment, but investment is to be made in themselves. that will take them to the awareness of finances and help them to manage itself. So it's a self-learning investment, must be taken care of in taking the investment decision, and this will be the very good kind of decision above all, which will rest with you over the whole of your life and will help you not only in taking one decision of your life and finances or business, but also in all category of finances management. Thank you so much for now. Get back to you again.